Guys, wow. I'm almost speechless after watching that Square Enix showcase for almost 45 minutes. I oh my goodness, I can barely believe it. I mean, when they had announced such a storm of new games, and it, ooh, it was more Marvel. You put some more Marvel in there. You slid Marvel in there so quick you didn't even know what to do with it. Man, Marvel is making you so much money, man. What y'all did for Guardians of the Galaxy, not only did you give them new life, a new breadth, a new depth of characters, you gave us 20 non-stop minutes of trailers, presentation, interviews, 20 whole minutes of Guardians of the Galaxy. And then you sprinkled in 30 seconds of Final Fantasy coming to the mobile devices. And then another sprinkle of 30 seconds of the Secret of Mana, Legend of Mana remake that's coming out this year. And then you dropped another big one. You spoke up and added some more Marvel. You talked about Marvel Avengers. Marvel Avengers, greatest game almost of all time next to Final Fantasy VII. I'm surprised you didn't put Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 in there, but that would have been overkill for such an E3 presentation as this. You slid Black Panther in there so quick you didn't even have a chance to blink. You didn't even have a chance to get that vibranium off. It was just so much, so fast. And then you slid in some more Life is Strange. You made Life is Strange come back. Life is Strange getting a remaster. Life is Strange getting a graphics update in a game that doesn't have anything to do with its graphics. It's getting a fantastic update there. I can't wait to play the new remastered version of Life is Strange for the 9,000th time. And then we're getting Life is Strange True Colors, where you have to really feel what the other player is feeling. You have to really use your psychic power of empathy and really just feel your way through the game. You have to take all those emotions, this sadness, this happiness, anger, everything, and just smash it on in. And I believe the final boss in that game, and I am going to spoil it, the final boss in that game is a person that doesn't have any feelings. He's never felt before in his life. And so you're going to have to find a way to not feel in a world full of feelings. Just when you thought Square was done, just when you thought they were done, just when you thought they were done, they drop out that Final Fantasy I remake. They put the Final Fantasy I remake in there. They call it, I want to kill chaos. I want to destroy chaos. I'm looking for chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. And I was thinking to myself, man, I bet this is a Final Fantasy I origin story remake. It looks like Final Fantasy I would if it were on a PS3. And so they just dropped it in real quick. Put Paradise of Lost Symphonies or whatever they called it, a Final Fantasy Origin remake. Wow. Square, just when I thought that you were going to let Marvel take over, you brought us right back to where it all began. You brought us back to the Final Fantasy. You knew that this was going to be the year to put Final Fantasy back on the market. Sprinkle in a little bit of that Final Fantasy 16, a little bit of that Final Fantasy 14 in the final bit. You sprinkling in that Final Fantasy like we still remember that y'all make it, but then you just slap a Marvel logo right at the very end. You put Marvel right head square and center. Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be Game of the Year 2021, Game of the Year 2022, maybe even Game of the Year 2023. And then when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, you're going to slap Star-Lord in that too as some downloadable content. I can't wait. Thank you, Square. You have made an extravagant start to E3. I think y'all won.